Hello friends, I'm Chris Schultz with Talk About Topeka and GabLocal.tv, coming to you from my family-owned restaurants, Field of Greens, with an exciting announcement. In 2002, armed only with a dream and a lot of supportive friends, I had a feeling that if we built it, they would come, and Field of Greens was born. For those of you who are familiar with Topeka history, our historic downtown was not necessarily celebrated the way it should have always been. Well, it's 2017, and we're still alive and kicking because of our loyal customers who continue to believe in us. But just because our story can be reduced to a positive feel-good line from a popular movie doesn't mean that it was easy. Back then, and even still today, some people have no issue calling us fools for believing in our community. We might be fools, but it's certainly not for believing in and supporting the people who have supported us. A lot of people have been asking me how we've been doing since the fire, so here's a quick update before we get to the exciting announcement. If you went back 3 years and asked me if we would survive the construction in downtown without any parking, I would have confidently told you that most of our customers are loyal office workers in the adjoining buildings. Since they wouldn't be getting 2 years off and they still had to eat, I was fairly confident that they would be there to help us through the storm. And they would have been, but while the streets were torn up, 2 of our neighboring office buildings were emptied for renovations. The Department of Agriculture was moved to Manhattan. This caused nearly a 50% reduction to our loyal customer base and eliminated much of the already limited parking on the side streets for building construction dumpsters and crews. I thought that we were done for until an event across the street gave me tremendous hope. It was the groundbreaking for the Cyrus Hotel. This was the first of many game-changing events that reassured me that our decision to open downtown in 2002 was indeed a step in the right side of history. And then there was the fire. On one of the coldest nights of the year, a person of unfortunate circumstances was attempting to stay warm when they accidentally ignited the back of our neighboring building. We were awoken at 2 a.m. by our fire alarm to a building that was full of smoke. I was terrified, but I didn't have time to realize it. I had put all my eggs in one basket, and the basket was going up in smoke, literally. Roughly a week before the fire, I was making financial plans to stabilize the losses of the previous 3 years, realizing how a 5-year mortgage would allow us to be exactly where we were 3 years earlier. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just close down for construction? Well, because we knew it was temporary, and that our dedicated employees, who had no long-term investment in the situation, still needed to pay their rent and put food on their tables. So here's the current update. Field of Greens was the first to see restored business. Our loyal customers have been truly understanding at this difficult time, and I can't thank them enough for their support. After spending nearly a month living in a hotel, I was able to move back into my home at the historic Tinkham building. The break room is a more complex issue. Our stage had to be demolished in order to properly clean the odor out of the building. Our stage was a substantial part of our business there. We're working on plans to rebuild bigger and better, but because of our situation, our dreams have had hard limits, and that makes rebuilding more complicated. Complicated things take time. So in the meantime, Field of Greens is open for business, and our fantastic neighbors from the Cyrus Hotel are dropping by to give us a renewed faith yet again, and they aren't even open for business yet. But when they do open the doors, I assure you it will be another glorious achievement for our great city. So here to share another round of tremendous hope with us is Seth Wagner, the CEO, CFO of AIM Strategies, parent company of the Cyrus Hotel. How you doing, Seth?
Doing fine, Chris. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the Cyrus Hotel before we talk about the big event on Monday.
Can't wait to hear it. Where are we at with this place?
So you'll see next week they'll actually be blocking off the parking down to the Architect 1 drive-through, so getting very, very close. All the permits for demolition went down to the state, and hopefully sometime late next week you'll see what used to be the former Maricel's Closet. It'll be the first kind of thing to go and actually moving ground and breaking ground down there. So we're seeing a lot. It's been a long road, but we're very excited, and as I know you are.
Absolutely. We're so excited to be on that road with you guys. Just the fact that you guys have seen our struggles over here and seen what we've just gone through, and you wanted to do something, and you reached out to me, and you said, we want to do this thing for you. And I about fell out of my chair, I'll put it that way. But it's just incredibly cool. It's a great way to help people realize that we're down here in business, and a great way to reward some of those customers who've been loyal for us for the last few years. So you want to tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing?
Sure. You know, I guess just wanted to say from an AIM standpoint, you know, there's nobody that does more for downtown Topeka than Chris. I mean, he is Mr. Downtown. So
thank you.
You know, it was an unfortunate incident with the fire that happened almost a little over a month ago, and you know, we saw him struggling, and you know, we realized that the success of everybody in downtown Topeka is our success. You know, we can build a hotel down here, and if there's nothing else around, it's not going to work. So we want to see businesses like Field of Greens absolutely thrive. So what we had planned on doing for Monday the 30th was we're essentially buying 200 meals for the first people that come down to Field of Greens. So please come on down on Monday. You'll see what a great product that Chris has. And we really want to just kind of give you a boost, relaunch the business, and you know, let's get a brand new fresh start going in 2017.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, Seth, and Cody and Don. You guys are wonderful people over there at the Cyrus. And you know, right across the street, we're going to do everything we can, you know, being there with you to root you along the way. It's incredible to have these wonderful neighbors moving into the neighborhood, doing something so cool for our customers. The first 200 people through the door, put this on your calendar, come down and see us. The first 200 people through the door on the 30th, that's this Monday, will get lunch for free. Well, not free, paid for by the Cyrus. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Chris.
So be sure to go to the Cyrus's Facebook page and like them on there, follow their progress. Go to Field of Greens and the Break Rooms pages if you want to follow those as well. We'd love to have you follow those so we can keep you updated on all the things going on in downtown. And there are other folks who have decided that they wanted to help us out because since our stage was taken out at the Break Room, there were a lot of people who used that stage for wonderful causes. So they want to help us put things together too. So on top of this wonderful thing that our friends from the Cyrus are doing, one of our close friends, Jessica Hope, is organizing a Cards Against Humanity fundraiser, and that is going to be on February 3rd at Julie's Coffee and Bistro. And then our friends over at Quentin's on the 4th of February are going to be hosting a comedy show, and all the proceeds from that are going to come to our stage fund to help us build a cooler stage. So when you come by for lunch tomorrow, or well, not tomorrow, that's the weekend, but when you come by for lunch on Monday, be sure to enjoy it. Be sure to like the Cyrus. If you want to drop a little something our way to put in the stage fund, anything you drop our way, we will use to make the break room a cooler place. We'll just call it the Make the Break Room Cooler Fund. And thank you so much, Seth. I really do appreciate this. Thank you for everybody who's been so supportive, and we will see you down here on Monday the 30th. Get in line, get here early. Starts at 11 o'clock until we sell out. Thanks, folks.